A 60-year-old woman who was working at Wells Fargo. She showed up for work on August 16th, clocked in, she went to work, and it wasn't until 4 days later, at the end of the day, that 911 was called because Denise was dead at her desk.
Oh, yeah! Good morning and welcome to episode 1536 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, August 30th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. If you need more Hard Factor, Florida Man Friday drops like right after we tape this podcast. You should check that out. Today, Wes has the Baywatch suit sniffer to tell us about.
Yep. Second sniffer story of the week. Why not? This one is everyone would have done it too, I think, situation.
Everyone would have sniffed these crotches.
I think so. In this particular person's situation at this particular time in his life, I think so.
Are you trying to like gaslight us or like flood us with these to normalize it because
it seems like it. I mean, that's what it feels.
Got something coming out on yourself.
Oh, if I had something coming out on myself like that, I'd be
avoiding these stories.
Yeah, I'd be a wreck.
No, it's not what you want to do. That's your instinct, Wes, but that's not what you want to lean in,
yeah.
As Mark said.
It's normal, right?
Yeah, it's totally normal.
You set the stage. Pat's got a dead employee in a Wells Fargo cubicle to fill us in on. Well,
that's right. They didn't find her for lots of days.
What, was she bored to death? All right,
maybe so.
A rest in peace to the woman, but it's terribly sad, really strange, and it goes to show you that a lot of employees at Wells Fargo are probably not that integral.
I was gonna say she doesn't sound like she was important, unfortunately. R.I.P.
Yeah, true. She didn't make it 6 years like the one guy who got caught with
dead.
It. No, he got caught because they gave him an award. He didn't show up to work for 6 years.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mark and I both worked for banks. Mark, how many days of the week did you wish you were dead at the bank?
Most of them.
Yeah, me too.
We were also tellers, which was
not when you're low level bank. Real bad. When you're up level bank, it's great.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, when you have a cushy bank job, it's great.
We didn't have cubicles; we had stools.
Yeah,
you guys hated your job so much. Some lady was literally framing you, and you were just like, "All right, what am I gonna do?"
That was me. Yeah, she was framing me.
Yeah, I think both of us got potentially our drawers stolen from by coworkers, and we're like, I guess we'll get fired. I wasn't stealing, and I don't think Wes was either, but I was like, wasn't willing to look into it.
Your counts were off.
And I'm pretty damn good at math.
I'm not good at math, but I'd be too scared to steal from a bank.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's where the money is.
Coworkers drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of our coworkers had like the head security guy for the bank. I won't mention the name, come in, and he got fired on the spot because he was like communicating through the drive-thru with people and offering them how to make, like, young underage girls how to make fake IDs. He was like setting up like a system to like make them fake IDs. So they had the head of security from the corporate come in and just pull him out by his like collared shirt and just fire him on the spot.
That must have been cool to see.
Yeah.
All right. Mark's got the bubble pirate of San Diego to tell us about.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Maybe you should stick around for that. We might hear some insight from someone important in that story.
The bubble pirate?
Yeah, the bubble pirate.
Himself?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Whoa, nice. Hope he makes an appearance. And I've got a little deep dive into the human brain for us to close things out.
Okay.
Nice.
Anything else before we get into the sniffer?
No, I just can't wait to go to Vegas to watch the Tigers beat the shit out of USC. Hopefully it happens. Go Tigers.
Oh yeah, on that note, we probably will be releasing Florida Man Friday on Monday morning because the boys we need a day off too, right?
Labor Day.
Yeah.
The boys are labored.
So get a sample. of the Patreon, Florida Man Friday.
And the Patreons are all ad free. This one won't be because it's released for free. But if you go to patreon.com/Hard Factor, they're all ad free.
Ad free content.
There you go. All right, let's do the news. I know that probably Mark and definitely Pat recognize this somewhat famous actor. Do you know who that is, Will?
I definitely have seen him before, but I don't really recognize him.
He's not that guy who does all the crazy gambling.
Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
Bilzerian.
No,
Bilzerian.
he looks like he could play Dan Bilzerian's like stunt double.
Yeah, he does. What about now?
I'll be ready.
Is he a Baywatch character? It looks like a
He
Baywatch.
was like the young boy in Baywatch. Yeah.
There he goes. He's
he's unrecognizable at this point in his life.
Yeah.
From his Baywatch days.
Yeah, he's grown up. That's Hobie from Baywatch. Hobie Buchanan, who of course played Mitch Buchanan's son, which is David Hasselhoff's character on Baywatch. His name is Jeremy Jackson. Okay. So that's Hobie. And according to the new ABC News docuseries about the Baywatch series titled After Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, Hobie, who left the series when he turned 18, largely due to a meth problem. Hobie was horny. And he's made some hilarious confessions in the series about what it was like being around all those Baywatch babes. Let me get Hobie off the stage. While he was going through puberty and discovering just what his penis was capable of. So he began working on Baywatch at the young age of 8 years old. And
really
you guys
testing
remember
the limits.
Yeah.
Testing the limits of his penis.
You guys remember when you discovered what your penis could do? Now imagine.
Yeah, magical times. Yeah. You got super horny.
Yeah.
You do the test, which is you push it to its limits until it scabs. And then you say, okay, that's the limit.
Whoa. That was just you, which was
didn't take it that far, but explored.
You didn't beat it so hard it scabbed.
No,
that was just you.
You didn't push it so hard it needed medical attention.
I knew there was tomorrow.
It was like 2 days for my
You're
penis.
beating like you were gonna die every night.
I was making it run the bleachers.
I might not wake up tomorrow.
Make sure to hydrate, boys.
Yeah.
Anyway, now imagine
shit is throwing up. It's throwing up again.
Pam Anderson and Yasmin Bleeth in their prime.
Yeah, imagine that. You got Pam Anderson, you got Nicole Eggert, you got Donna D'Erico, you got Yasmin Bleeth. Oh, sorry, that's Yasmin Bleeth now.
Carmen Electra.
You got a lot. You got a lot of white hot women on the
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
the
Hasselhoff. Yeah, and all that, all wearing those iconic red bathing suits, bounding around Hobie in the hot California sun. I mean, it's amazing that they could get him to leave his trailer by the time he turned 15. You know what I mean?
I was at home in Virginia masturbating to these people from 3,000 miles away.
Yeah.
These exact people.
Yep.
Couldn't imagine what it would be like to be 30 feet away. You know what I mean?
Look out his window and see Pam Anderson. I mean, it was tough.
I mean, wasn't Hobie although you're horny, but Hobie being like the Hasselhoff son on the show, wasn't he getting laid a lot? Like, I mean, wouldn't there be like Baywatch groupies?
Not at the age he was.
He started at like 8.
He started at 8 and again quit when he was 18. Meth took him out before he really got to explore what being on Baywatch could have done for him. By the way, speaking of Donna D'Erico, look at her now. And that's airbrushed to shit, but that's her at age 53. Not bad at all. Anyway,
this one, West, you put a lot of hot white women. There's also Tracy Bingham.
Yeah, I know. I left her out on purpose so I could use the white woman line.
Got it. Donna D'Erico have a sex tape? I believe she did.
With Brett Michaels, I think, right?
No, Pam Anderson had one with Brett Michaels.
I thought Donna D'Erico also had one with Brett Michaels, though.
Man, Brett Michaels definitely had more than one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look into that.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway, Hobie has shared what some are saying is too much information about his time on the Baywatch set and about how he, quote, coped with going through puberty and being surrounded by all those Baywatch babes. From the TMZ article, as he put it, he coped by breaking into his castmates' trailers and sniffing their bathing suits. He continued by saying, let's just say I've sniffed every blank on Baywatch. And I believe the blank might have been crotch or pussy is what he was going for.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he says that was a coping mechanism. I don't think that's the correct term.
I don't even stroking mechanism. I think you missed it.
Right. Yeah, that's the correct term. Yeah.
coping. I mean, I don't know if he was coping with drugs by doing that or coping with his boners by doing that. He was coping though. Now,
it's called being aggressively horny. That's it.
Yeah.
Copping
That's it.
one.
I'm going to start calling my masterbation coping from now on.
Coping.
Yeah.
No,
Just coping over here.
I gotta. There's an interesting twist to this because it's one thing to break into your co-stars' trailers and sniff their swimsuits, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because you got to worry about the co-star opening the door and discovering you. But here's the thing: it's like the costume person is responsible for those swimsuits. So that costume, if you've ever been on a movie set or TV set, a costume person will watch the costumes like a fucking hawk. Like it's their job. They do not lose them. They don't let them out of their sight sometimes.
Well, Pat, I was going to say, do you think maybe some of the staff is sweating bullets? Maybe not the costume staff, but maybe like a couple sound guys are like, keep your mouth shut, Jeremy.
It's the costumer's situation. But like
but they could call her out. They could be like, we need you to do the costume over here. And then like a couple of guys went in.
You got two people looking for those swimsuits at all times. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. It's multiplied pressure.
Yeah.
So he's saying that his life on the Baywatch set was so stressful, the only thing he could do to cope was sniff the panties.
Meth and sniff panties.
It sounds like he's telling a half truth. The sniffing the panties is true. The reasons are not. It was it's because he knew how to get into the trailers.
Well, actually, what he says. Well, before I get to what he said about it,
Coach's team.
Yeah, he also said on Stern in 2011, he admitted this before the series came out, that he once pleasured himself while getting a big whiff of Pamela Anderson's red one piece. Whoa. So he's in there.
He's been telling people he's been sniffing these panties for years.
Yeah,
and he keeps playing it off as like this is part of my recovery. It's
him holding on to
it's a weird spin on it.
Yeah. So what he says is he said all the girls as Playboys were around, because a lot of the girls were in Playboy, so I guess they have their issues around. And he said you get to flipping through a few of those, and then you start thinking, how can I enhance this experience? How can I make this better?
Let's add another sense.
Yeah. Let's take this up a notch.
You already got eyes, right? You can already see them in person.
Touch. Let's add smell.
You can hear them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
he's got all the senses going.
He's going to the max.
That's maximum cope. I mean, he was stressed. He needed to. To the max.
What would you do? I mean, and you know, a lot of people out there are saying
try not sniff someone's panties.
Yeah.
Well, you've never been on the set of Baywatch going through puberty. I don't know.
I hear you on that. I hear you on that. That's a dangerously horny situation. I hear you on that.
Other than being like a cartel's son or like growing up in the Playboy mansion, that's got to be one of the best puberty experiences to have of all time. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of the people out there
doesn't get better from there.
Right.
Which is so confusing about the need to cope so much, because it was it seems like you were living in paradise.
Yeah, he was. He was living in paradise.
Imagine what it'd be like on one of those days where it was scabbed up and he really wanted to go sniff. You know.
He definitely pushed it to the scab. Yeah.
Well, towards the end, he was also on meth and going around sniffing panties and masturbating. So I mean, he's.
Well, that was a 2-for-1. He was sniffing them and then stealing them to sell on eBay.
Yeah.
Right.
During the meth days. Yeah.
Great operation. Yeah. Synergy. That's what they call synergy.
Lightly sniffed.
Only sniffed by me.
She had chili today.
Anyway, some of his castmates, like Nicole Eggert, who is actually going through some cancer treatment right now, so we hope she makes it through that. She's applauding Jeremy's confession and his honesty, and is standing by her former castmate. And he also in this series, I guess, touched on the aforementioned drug addiction he had, saying he started using meth in the last season and was once called out by Hasselhoff for his obvious drug use, saying, quote, I remember David saying, are you smoking pot or something? And I was thinking like, Jesus, I think I'm smoking pot. Meanwhile, I'm actually been up for 5 days and I'm about to go sniff Donna D'Erico's bathing suit for the 4th time today. You know,
at that point he wasn't sniffing him. He was using him to choke himself out while he masturbated.
Yeah, things got escalated once the meth addiction.
So
he was wearing them at that point.
He had his dad wasn't around, and I think the Hoff served as like a second dad to him.
Yeah.
So the Hoff tried to straighten him out, but he just
the Hoff. He talks about the Hoff in the documentary, and he like reads a note that Hasselhoff sent him for his birthday, and it's weird. Hasselhoff is weird. Like those videos came out of him 15 years ago, where he was like hammered drunk anyway around his kids.
Right.
Hoff seems like a weird dude.
When I was looking up this story, I found these comments on Reddit. Persona non grata says, dude was a 10-year-old kid who could have gone his whole entire life without letting anyone know this, yet here we are. Oni Express says, Guantanamo Bay couldn't drag this confession out of me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing to celebrate, you know.
I think it might be part of his recovery too. You know, you got to come clean about stuff. You gotta
okay.
You got to tell.
You have to tell the whole world.
You have to tell the whole world. He could have gone to Donna D'Erico and been like, "I'm sorry, but I sniffed your pant."
That's
how many
more
times
appropriate,
is he right? He already said it on Howard Stern to the millions of listeners, and then
when you start using it as a gimmick to get on air,
that's what it is now.
It's Jeremy Jackson, the Baywatch bathing suit sniffer.
Yeah. What was the question? Did you ask me what it smelled like?
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. You should definitely apply.
Yeah, you should. Well, now he might be able to. I mean, he's still a good looking guy. I mean, you know,
yeah, for sure. He's got HGH face now.
He does, yeah. Anyway,
a little bit of a Liver King vibe to him.
Yeah, he does. Anyway,
speaking again, like we said, if he wants to get back into acting, the Dan Bilzerian documentary, there for him. There for him.
It is. Speaking of chubbies, we all know the saying, look good, feel good. We also know there's nothing more attractive than confidence, right? And wearing some shorts or a shirt from Chubbies is going to make you look good and therefore feel good, right? I know we all enjoy not only the shorts, but the shirts. Fabulous patterns they have at Chubbies. When it comes to true style and comfort in the form of men's shorts, you literally cannot do better than Chubbies' iconic original stretch shorts. They put Chubbies on the map for a reason, available in those shorter inseams like the 4-inch. Then you go a little bit lower to the 5.5. Then you get a little more conservative at the 7 inseam length, depending on how much of your beautiful thighs you're trying to show off. And the
5.5 stretchies.
Yep, there you go. And they got that stretchable waistband, which is great for gentlemen like us. Super comfortable. Mark was saying he even sleeps in them the other day. So
slept in my Chubbies last night.
If you're a lady listening, also get your man Chubbies this summer and make sure he's looking good. He'll thank you. Makes a great gift. Yes. And if you want to get 20% off on your first order with us, our exclusive code, use code HARDFACTOR at chubbyshorts.com. And that's a limited time. Our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code HARDFACTOR at checkout at chubbyshorts.com. It's 20% off with your order. Promo code HARDFACTOR. Support the show and tell them we sent you. Embrace the freedom to move, confidence to shine, and the style to stand out with Chubbies. Do it. High quality gear to look good and feel good. Yeah.
The best.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Am I going next or
you are
you going next? Okay, all right, guys. Yeah, so as we teased at the top of the show, a 60-year-old woman, Denise Prudhomme, who was working at Wells Fargo. Now, it was Wells Fargo. I think it's Wells Fargo Dealer Services is what it's listed as. So it's not like a bank. And there's lots of reviews, in fact, online of people being like, not a bank, which,
Dealer Services. So, like, is she like doing car loans?
Yeah, so there's some stuff about like car loans on there. There's people who are financial advisors, right, who are under the Wells Fargo banner, who have like a private, like a team, like Merrill Lynch, like is this Merrill Lynch team. Wells Fargo has that, right?
Oh, they work when you're as big as like a Wells Fargo, they have banks, but they also have entire groups of like they do real estate. They work with private one-on-one with people. They work with companies. Like
this sounds like a car loan department.
Yeah.
It looks like a full-on office building. Like if you thought there was an ATM there,
does car loans for
you're an idiot,
right?
Yeah, that's okay. It probably wasn't worth it to like leave a 1 star because you're an idiot and you thought that you could make a deposit there. It's really weird. It also says
tell me it was a fucking car loan.
Yeah, pretty much. Some of the reviews are avoid this auto loan at all costs. I had them twice for the last 6 years, and it's a nightmare every time. After months with another lender, I was able to refi and got sent to the bank to them for lower payments. I was devastated knowing what would happen, and once again, they didn't disappoint. They lose funds. They don't apply payments, and they never tell you, and they keep credits. And if you're lucky, call you 5 to 10 times. You can call 5 to 10 times, and you might get someone to fix it.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's what maybe is the deal there, because Denise Prudhomme, who's 60, showed up for work on August 16th, okay, at 7 a.m. She clocked in. And this is a building. It's a corporate office building. A lot of people are working remotely, apparently, from this corporate office building. But she clocked in with her car.
Nowadays, that's the big secret. Most corporate buildings are like not very full because people like work hybrid schedules.
Hybrid,
Exactly.
3 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So
or
then
like,
she went,
whatever it is there. Yeah.
right. So then she went to her third floor cubicle, okay, and presumably proceeded to not take phone calls from upset people who had auto loans from this branch of the Wells Fargo dealer
Is
services.
this the bank? No.
No. Yeah, a lot of that situation.
That happens 12 times a day.
Do y'all have an ATM?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Wells Fargo Dealer Services. We don't have an ATM. This is Denise speaking. How can I help you?
Yep.
Anyway.
Except
so
did Denise actually pick up the phone, or was she instructed to, hey, Denise, just let it go to the fucking voicemail?
no idea. There's not a lot of info about exactly what Denise did, but I do know that Denise worked in a cubicle on the third floor, which apparently was, quote, off the main aisle, whatever that means.
Yeah.
But Denise clocked in. She went to work. And it wasn't until Tuesday, the 20th, 4 days later, at the end of the fucking day, that 911 was called, 4:55 p.m. specifically, because Denise was dead at her desk.
For
How many
4
days later?
So Friday, we don't know. She could have died sometime on Friday. She died sometime on Friday.
yeah. So
Over the weekend?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Saturday, she's there.
Yeah, and the hybrid schedule, probably a lot of people don't come in Monday either.
Sunday, she's there. Monday, she's there.
Oh.
Tuesday, she's there. Not until 4:55 p.m. was 911 called to say.
And that's Tuesdays when she started stinking.
Well, she'd been stinking, Wes. So some employees. who
Yeah, they
wanted to
turn
remain-
off the air over the weekend, Wes.
These employees who wanted to remain anonymous said that there was a foul-smelling odor
So they
coming
went
from
up
the
to
third
check on
floor.
it. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
they didn't, because they chalked it up to the bad plumbing in the building. Will everyone?
That was Gary.
Everyone.
That was
everyone
Gary.
knows Gary backs up those toilets.
Fucking Carrie.
I guess Gary's working his hybrid this week.
Yeah, dude. They're trying to say that like her cubicle was in a remote area. I don't know. Will and Mark, you guys have worked office jobs, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like, so basically, they're just, it's a bullshit excuse that nobody ever goes on that floor. I mean, they're saying she's like 20 feet away from the main hallway of cubicles, right?
Giving me
she's like 2
flashbacks,
cubes
Pat.
down, right? You know?
That's what they're saying. Here's the other thing, guys. This building's monitored by 24/7 security. Okay, which means the security guards were not doing their job at fucking all, because the only thing you probably should do at the end of the day on Friday is check to see if someone clocked in but hasn't clocked out, right? If they
Well,
swipe
don't
their
do it
key
like-
card
they
in.
don't- It's not like that's not the system. They don't punch in and punch out.
Yeah, but you should at least scan the cameras for dead bodies.
Yeah. Well, what I would say is
Right-
the biggest fucking
right
period-
before you head out for the
How about the
weekend to see
janitorial
security
team who has to
manager.
vacuum?
Stool
The
sweep.
janitorial team is supposed to vacuum underneath
See.
every cubicle and check every cubicle trash can, and like this is more on the janitorial team. I would
For
say.
sure. The janitors should have caught her.
Look,
I mean,
there's
They
a-
didn't vacuum near her for 4 days.
a
there's
lot
a
of people
lot
dropped
of-
the ball. Yeah.
There's a lot of processes that need to be re-examined at this particular Wells Fargo Dealer Services building, guys. Okay, and
right,
Mark, I
please.
beg to differ. If you're a security guard with a swipe-in building, you're going to see who's in and who's out and when they swiped in, or at least you should be checking.
True. The badge system though, it's not like yeah.
I mean, it's not that odd for like somebody to just not badge out. So it's not that big of a thing. But if
Yeah.
you're the security manager and there's like it's 6 p.m. Friday and you're going home, you might want to just like look on the cameras like, all right, is there anybody left in the thing? If you see a corpse, it's like something
Right.
you should look into.
Right, Denise. Oh, well, that's what I imagine is like the manager could see, because I'm assuming she's on an hourly, right? Like Denise is really burning them in on. Oh, we better watch that overtime, Denise. And like walks by like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
she's sleeping at her desk. She's so dedicated.
focused. Yeah.
She's so focused.
So
Oh, she shit herself. That's because she must be because
not taking bathroom breaks.
she doesn't even take time to go to the bathroom. That's the type
You
of
think
employee
they're-
I'm talking about.
I think they're just neglectful, not that dumb. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this story is fucking everywhere, dude. It's blowing up. A lot of the comments on the internet are saying like, what a dystopian world we live in, where someone can go to work, be there dead for 4 days and not be found out. You know, part of it is the remote work thing, but I mean, I don't know, dude. This is
there are in all these corporate places. I mean, I hate to say it, but there are obviously jobs that like aren't super necessary, and they, you know, like she probably just worked a job that like wasn't very integrated. There weren't a lot of projects from her department coming through, so like she's just she's just a number, and like no one really had to check on her for a couple of days because
that's a big question. If the Wells Fargo earnings call happens and the numbers are down, do you think there's going to be a discussion? Right,
no one even knows we're
dying.
Yeah.
How integral are they?
Right.
Exactly. No, it points to a bit of a hole in your processes, like you said, Pat. You know, when you can't detect a dead body of your own.
Yeah, the whole system from the people you're employing to the people you're employing to protect the people you're employing to the people you're employing to clean up after them.
Really,
the whole process is broken,
top to bottom.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
Anyway, R.I.P. Denise. One last review from James Panetta. No ATM, 1 star.
Yeah,
it is. You know what? If you've got a big Wells Fargo sign on your building, you better have an ATM in there.
Wes, it's the equivalent of going to McDonald's corporate headquarters and being like, "You guys still serving breakfast?"
No, not really, because a bank. It's so easy for a bank to just put an ATM in the lobby.
People are just looking for that sign.
Yeah, that's just a sign. I'd be pissed too.
The parking lot is probably 200 yards from the street. The building's probably 200 yards from the street because of the parking lot.
This is Rich. We've got a lunatic in the live chat pretending to be the original James Bond, and then telling us that this story is not funny and we should drop it while he's doing the worst James Bond shtick I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we know it's not funny that she died. We know it's not funny that she died, but it's a comedy show. Get over it.
It's funny shoot.
What we said about it was funny.
Yeah. Funny no one found it before it is.
Okay, Richard. Well, I guess we should just move on.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Wells Fargo aspects of it.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But
I thought I made some great points, Richard.
That was a good story. R.I.P. to her. Yeah.
Love.
Rest in peace to Neat Bruce home.
Yes, rest in peace. I have a wild story for you coming out of the whale's vagina, San Diego.
Oh, Diago.
San Diego. Santiago. Meet Sandy Snakeberg, aka the Bubble Pirate.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, he calls himself a pirate because he wears a pirate outfit.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. And then
he nailed it.
He blows bubbles, it looks like.
There it is. Yeah.
He's got a sheath through it full of bubbles.
Yes. I think he pulls his wand out of the sheath. By the way, great names. Sandy Snakeberg's an awesome name. And then the nickname Bubble Pirate, also great. 2 great names. What do you think he does?
Looks like
that's what he does, Wes.
He's like a clown, but instead he's a pirate, and he's out there blowing bubbles.
Yeah, that's right. Sandy is described in the news as a disabled homeless veteran that lives out of his van. And even if all of that's true, he still has a passion for life. And he's just blowing the biggest damn bubbles thine eyes have ever seen at all the parks and farmers markets in beautiful.
How big can he get them?
San Diego.
What kind of size bubble are we talking?
Use your imagination. Well,
30 feet. The bubble dragon's 30 feet. That's his big boy, I think.
We're talking feet and feet and feet.
I love huge bubbles.
Yeah. You can slime someone with a big bubble.
You can.
You can capture someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just get someone in your bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm in the bubble. He brews his own bubble solution and uses one of those huge blowers. So these things are huge. I mean, they're enormous. And he just loves bringing joy and wonder to the kids and people at the park. However, the park rangers and some nosy park goers and locals aren't as joyous about this.
Right. Well, why? Wait, hold on. It's just bubbles.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I could see you're weirded out by a tricorn hat. That's a little.
The not having a fixed address, and I assume he does this for kids.
Oh, right.
Dressed as a
Being
pirate.
Like an older
No,
dude.
they're not concerned about that. You see, but they've been given tickets to Sandy for quote water littering because they're claiming he uses 6 gallons of his own solution per day and that the sticky residue is toxic and destroying the grass and the land around the parks.
Well, that's probably true. But
Is it though?
I mean,
We're gonna find out in a second.
I don't think it is,
can't
right?
just
Because
put soap all over grass, it's definitely going to kill it. But
well,
yeah, I mean, come on.
isn't what they use
He's making the kids have a good day.
to clean up oil spills? Will though, like is it like on the front of a Dawn bottle? There's like a little duckling that they just
there's
cleaned.
chemicals in it. There's chemicals in it. It's probably going to kill you.
Put some water over it or something.
Yes,
Sandy
water it
refused-
down, but he's not watering down his whole area after he does this.
Yeah, maybe he should. Maybe that'll be the new process. But Sandy refutes this, Wes, and says that even though this was kind of confirmed in our Discord by San Diego Shane, who said that he's always out there and that it kills the grass. But he said so do all the drum circles nearby. So
I don't think
all those giant drums on the same location for 8 hours. You pick up the drum and then the grass,
and they're stomping their feet.
Yeah,
that's killing all the grass.
Right. So like why aren't they getting ticketed? Sandy says no, though. No, he says no. He says he uses a 25-to-1 ratio of diluted detergent and that his stuff is natural and environment safety is of the utmost importance to him. And that, he does have 6-gallon solution containers, but he doesn't use that in one sitting. That would be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking that it dries out the cell membranes of the grass, can dehydrate and kill the grass.
Yeah, but Sandy, I read about Sandy, and Sandy said he's been doing this 6 years, so the grass is fine. Sandy says.
Well, do you want to ask him?
I'd love to ask him. Can we try to get him?
I got his phone number. I've been texting with him. Let's see if he picks up.
See if we can get Sandy. I'll fill the people in a little bit more on Sandy while Mark's doing that. He's a Navy veteran. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think he's about 61 years old. 63, and this is his livelihood.
This how because he gets tips.
Well, probably, or
he's a street performer.
Yeah, exactly. He's a street performer.
Yeah, I would definitely tip him.
Hello, this is Sandy.
Hey, Sandy, this is Mark from Hard Factor. Thanks for taking my call. So we're live right now. I'm on speakerphone. You're on speakerphone, but my other co-host can hear you. We got a few questions about what the hell's going on over there with these guys ticketing you.
Well, basically, I was given the heads up some months ago because the city had created an ordinance that restricts express activities and, I guess, presentations or whatnot to a 4x8 area that they allocated in certain areas that they decided to, without any input from the artists or performers. And now they're cracking down on enforcing it, giving people tickets, confiscating their stuff. And I was kind of the last one man standing in a sense where I was defiant. I was told that this was impending. I was told by I call them the cool rangers, those ones that are like watching over the seals, making sure the dog shit's picked up and all that other stuff.
Important stuff,
the enforcement rangers, which is kind of a new thing. You know, they're the ones that walk around with the swagger and the authoritative look and demeanor and all that stuff. They're the ones that gave me the ticket. And so I was reasonably prepared. And when they were approaching me, I turned my camera on, let them know that I'm recording, and I had the whole thing on tape.
So how many tickets have you gotten?
Oh, this is the first one.
Okay. But they're threatening more, right?
This is the worst one, first one for Bubbles. But yeah.
Well, yeah. We don't have to go into for Bubbles. Now, Sandy, I am technically kind of a journalist, so I do need to ask: is your bubble solution killing the grass? No. I say that unequivocally, and I have bubble artists, but what we describe ourselves as bubbleologists.
Mark, put the phone
which is
to
the science, art, and magic of bubbles. Now, I've known bubble people who will do bubbles without mitigation and make a mess. And I've had words with one of them who did not take me to heart. And that individual is one who has been complained about. I can understand why. But it won't kill the grass, but it will sometimes leave it trodden by, the kids and everything, running on it and everything, and slightly discolored for a short period of time. Yeah, it'll grow. I mean, it grows back. It's grass. Well, it does not kill the grass. I can send you a picture of my pitch.
Oh, hell yes.
I've been working that pitch for 8 years, and it's greener than the surrounding area.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Send me that. That'd be great.
You're actually watering it. You're saving the grass.
Yeah. So what is in the solution that makes it safe? Because we have a couple fathers of young children. They're getting interested in how do you make an awesome bubble? So like, what do you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have posted on my Instagram as well as my Facebook
what is that? Tell us.
Recipe, the first successful giant bubble recipe I had made, and I also share it with those who buy my bubble kits.
Okay, what's your handle? What's your account?
Oh, at the Bubble Pirate.
Nice.
How did he get into bubbling?
So,
Yeah.
Bubble Pirate, it's kind of branding, but it also differentiates myself because I've been realizing, I didn't realize it until this has come to, and so journalists have been contacting San Diego Parks and Recs. They came back to them saying that I have been complained about several times and been told, and I haven't.
You're getting
It's not
framed.
me. I'm not me. Well, no, like I said, there's other bubble guys.
Right. You're getting like you're like guilty by association.
Oh,
with these
wow.
other guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Because now I'm known as the Bubble Man, and I'm not that. I'm the Bubble
No.
Pirate.
Right. The Bubble Pirate. yes.
Get it straight.
Well, I'm surprised you were able to get that account. I'm surprised the Bubble Pirate wasn't already taken, but that's good. It's good that you got
You
it.
got 4 new followers.
Like 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Smart. Nice.
I have my moments.
So you're not destroying the grass, but I'm hearing from, because we have some listeners in San Diego, and I'm on your side. I think most of the hosts are on your side, but they're saying like they were like pretty particular about, I don't know, is it special kind of grass, zoacific grass or something, and they said it was fenced off for a year, and like the neighborhood message boards like next door are just lit up with like, oh, everyone's destroying the grass. They also brought up drum circles. Is that like, are they getting ticketed? Like
Yeah. Everybody, anything, yoga is getting ticketed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yoga?
I can hand you to a friend of mine, William
Nope.
Dorset. He is actually in the process of litigation. So he may be limited to what he can discuss. But
Yeah, send me his info.
You have his info. Oh, okay. I'll send you his info.
Yeah, send me his info. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
let
so
us
if I
know
don't
about
call,
Joe.
Please remind me to send you these things. So I have to send you his info and what else?
The picture of the not dead grass. Yeah.
Yes.
And Mark, ask if he's going to stop before his court date. His court date's in October.
And and it's mentioned that I use 6 gallons of solution per day of show, and that's not true. I allocate 6 gallons out. Some of it is just to hold my tarp. Some of it is to sell with my bubble kits, and I usually use maybe 2 gallons out of an 8-hour period, 2.5 gallons.
Right. Well, how much daylight is there? What are these guys talking about? 6 gallons. That's just ridiculous.
Charges.
Yeah. So
making it sound like I'm out there just dumping copious amounts of fluid onto the grass, and I'm not.
Yeah. You're just purposely spilling it. Yeah. No, I'm with you. So is your court date in October? Are you planning on just continuing to bubble, or what's the plan?
I'll be there this Sunday and Monday.
Let's go.
Let's do
We
it.
like that.
Rebel.
All right.
I'll be posting. I always post on my Instagram when and where I will be doing public showings.
That's awesome.
Why bubbles and why a pirate?
Yeah. How did you get into this whole thing, Cindy?
Years ago in Singapore. I was in Singapore for approximately 15 years. I was hired as a speed skating coach and hip hop dance skating coach, bringing skating. I was a skater, apparently.
Nice.
And so after my stint, I remained there, and I'm also a functional conditioning coach, Olympic weightlifting coach, and referee. So I opened my own gym. It was an all-inclusive gym, the first gym to open that included special needs. And so
Nice.
I became quite known for as a special needs coach and of conditioning. And so outside my gym, I would blow bubbles. During just breaks and stuff, I would go outside and blow my bubbles. Now, understand, I was a closet smoker at the time, and so it actually helped me quit smoking.
Whoa.
And
That's cool.
because you have to think about any addiction has a purpose. There's a reason why people gravitate towards an addiction of whatever sort of addiction they have, and the act of doing, the time allocation took up 2 of the 3 things that addictions provide. The third one is the physical portion, and that was easy. So I was out there blowing bubbles outside my gym, and people would walk by and enjoy them as well as me, and I became addicted to the connection.
That makes sense.
That was happening. And without
People love it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've had people come to me at the end of the day saying, "Oh man, I had a really bad day. Your bubbles really helped me out."
So,
I've had people after shows say that they were thinking about suicide. And my shows, because it's not just a show; it's a presentation.
right.
I performed a TEDx talk in Singapore called "Lessons of the Bubbles." It's on YouTube, and I also run a 501c3 social nonprofit enterprise, which is modeled after that TEDx talk.
Nice. I got a question for you. What'd you think about ray gun? You said you were doing hip hop dancing. Well, that was a debacle at the Olympics.
Hip hop dance skating.
No, I know, but ray gun. You see that nonsense at the Olympics? Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh,
ridiculous.
I
ridiculous.
I couldn't watch it.
No, that's ridiculous.
Because I know a lot of people. In the scene, and old school. Basically. So
Nice.
that was sad. And
Slap in the
sad
face.
And selfish. It was immature. It was, and she ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, it's over now. Hey,
she just.
Sandy, send me all that stuff. Thank you so much for taking the time with us. And yeah, we're gonna try to copy your solution because we got some dads here that want to impress their kids.
Yeah, can't wait.
Okay, okay. So that's the third thing I have to send you. The basic bubble recipe.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Will
Yeah.
do.
All right. Good chatting.
Oh, where can I find this?
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Just search for Hard Factor on any of those apps. Twitter, Instagram. Hard Factor. It's for burly men. You can't miss us. You'll be able to see. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Sandy.
All right.
Bye.
Nice.
There it is.
What a
Journalism.
charmer.
Yeah, nice guy.
Hey, stop taking in this guy.
I'm loving that he's going to keep doing it because they told him he had to stop until court, and he's just going to keep doing it.
He's being defiant. He's
Yeah.
he's standing defiant.
As I said.
Standing his ground with his bubbles. I love it. All right, we'll get into the deep dive into the human brain next week. That is going to do it for this week of Hard Factor. Thank you for listening. Remember, go to patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor, Discord chat access, up to 3 weekly bonus pods. But most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking weekend.
Enjoy the long weekend.